Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, I'm Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this 15th day of September 2021. We go back, 53 years ago, almost to the day, for the second stop on our Retro Sports Network Fall Baseball Tour. Today, we go back to September 14th, 1968, in a game that was nationally televised in both the United States and Canada. In the U.S., it was on the NBC, the National Broadcasting Company, and I want to say in Canada on the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company, as we feature the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers from Tiger Stadium in Corktown. Tigers, of course, will go on to win the World Series. Oakland, 82-80, not a bad team in 1968. Their, I want to say, first season over from Kansas City. Charlie Finley looking at the greener pastures of the Bay Area and putting an American League team there. A decision that still has its ups and downs, as we said, 53 years later. The primary attraction for the game is on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. It is Denny Mclean, and if he wins, he is baseball's last 30-game winner. He has won 29 coming into this, and so with a full house at Tiger Stadium and a lot of people watching on television, it's the Tigers and the A's next, as Retro Sports Network presents RSN Fall Baseball, a series of one-offs to get you through your Wednesday. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It would be helpful if I showed you the screen, wouldn't it? Denny Mclean is the hero today. He started 41 games for the World Championship Tigers in the regular season, going 31-6 with a whip of .905, an average against of .206, and an ERA of 1.96. He will win the 1968 Cy Young Award and the 1968 MVP in what is known as the Year of the Pitcher. In 336 innings, he allowed 241 hits, 86 runs, 73 earned, 31 homers. He walked 63 and struck out 280. So a win today in real life will give Mclean his 30th of the year. Let me check my messages. Oh yeah, severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our area right now. Mclean, by the way, 24 years old, a fastball pitcher that tops out at 88. Lineup he'll face today from Oakland: Bert Campaneris leads off at short. Rick Monday in center will bat second and play center field, as I said. Danny Cater at first will bat third. Sal Bando cleans up at third. Reggie Jackson in right field will bat fifth. Dick Green is at second base. He'll go sixth. Keogh, that's not Matt, is in left field. He'll bat seventh. Dave Duncan, Tony La Russa's pitching coach, behind the plate, will bat eighth. And Chuck Dobson gets the call for Oakland on the hill. He will bat ninth and should throw around 120 pitches. Defensively for the Tigers, Willie Horton, here's a who. He's a 5 and a 2 in left. Mickey Stanley is a 10 and a 5 in center. Northrup is a 7 and a 6 in right. Don Wirt is a 7 at third. Ray Euler, who I hit better than he does, is a 6 at short. Dick McAuliffe is a 4 at second. Norm Cash, a 5 at first. Bill Freehan, who recently passed away, a 10 and a 6 behind the plate. And the man of the hour in McLean is an 8 on the mound with a .987 fielding percentage. Campaneris in 68 hit quite well. Remember, the American League leader in batting average that year was Carl Yastrzemski at .301. This is the last year with the legal 15-inch mound. We're looking at you, Los Angeles. So Campy at .276, 4 homers, I'm amazed, and 38 RBI. He stole 62 bases. Cash and Wirt play in. McLean starts with a ground ball up the middle. Euler over to first, 1 out. Here's Rick Monday. Rick, the first player ever drafted. Rick at .274, 8 homers and 49 RBI. 78 degrees here at Tiger Stadium. Winds blowing right to left at 3. A full house here for this one. Pitch to Monday is a line drive to McAuliffe, and there's 2 out. So here's Danny Cater. By that picture, Danny probably should go to the dentist. .290, 6 homers, and 62 RBI. And just a reminder that this team came from Kansas City. McLean delivers, and there's a ground ball to third. Wirt across the way. Cater can run, and he beat it out. He beat it out. And now I'll bring up Sal Bando. Sal at .251, 9 homers, and 67 RBI. Pitch from McLean. Bando struck him out. He got him on a 1-2 fastball swinging, and that will retire the side. Oakland gets a hit, leaves a runner on. Here, go get 'em, Tigers. Chuck Dobson is also 24 years old. He is also a fastball pitcher and a standard pitcher at 88 miles an hour. In his 34 starts for the A's, their first year on the coast, he went 12-14 with an ERA of 3. 225 in the third innings, 197 hits, 20 homers, 91 runs in total, 75 earned. He walked 80 and struck out 168. And 3 that year, and in that ballpark, it measures out to an ERA plus of 100, which is average. Dick McAuliffe leads off for the Tigers at second base. Mickey Stanley in center will bat second. Jim Northrup in right hits third. Willie Horton cleans up in left. Norm Cash at first will bat fifth. Bill Freehand, the catcher, goes sixth. Roy Euler at short pretends to hit seventh. Don Wirt at third will bat eighth, and Denny Mclean, who threw 13 pitches in the ninth, or in the first, will bat ninth. It'll be Keogh as a 6 and a 5 in left as we set the Oakland defense for you. Rick Monday a 6 and a 7 in center. Reggie Jackson a 7 and 9 in right. Sal Bando was a 6 at third. Bert Campaneris, who matches hits, is a 6 at short. Dick Green an 8 at second. Cater a 5 at first. As we said, Duncan is a 6 and a 6 behind the plate. And Chuck Dobson is an 8 on the mound with a .981 fielding percentage. McAuliffe at .249, 16 homers, 56 RBI. As played lineups except for the Detroit shortstop. I didn't have one listed in the lineups. I put Euler in. I could probably be a better hitter, and it was still 3 years before I was born. So McAuliffe draws a walk. And that'll bring up Mickey Stanley. Mickey at .259, 11 homers, and 60 RBI. Dobson deals, and there's a fly ball to left. Back goes Keogh. That is way back there. It's 2-0 Tigers. That ball was crushed well into the back, down the line of the first deck. And all Keogh could do is turn and watch it go. So it's 2-0 Detroit. And that'll bring up Mickey, that was Mickey Stanley. That'll bring up Jim Northrup. Jim at 264, 21 homers, and 90 RBI. Pitch to Northrup. There's a fly ball in the right center field. Monday goes back. He will make the catch at the warning track for the first out. And that brings up Willie Horton. Willie at 285, 36 homers, and 85 RBI. Dobson pitch. Got him. He got him to swing and miss on a 1-2 curve, and that's the first strikeout for Dobson. Brings up Norm Cash. Norm, 263, 25 homers, and 63 RBI. You wonder now, with Stanley's home run, if that will be enough runs for the Tigers. Pitch to Cash is ball 4. Full count, 3-0 walk, just a bit outside. On the curve, and that brings up Bill Freehan. Bill at 263, 25 homers, and 84 RBI. Dobson deals, and Freehan sends this one into left center. Monday rides the Schwinn. He'll make the catch to retire the side. Not before the Tigers get 2 on the Mickey Stanley home run down the line and left. After 1, it's the Tigers 2, Oakland nothing. So here's babyface Reggie Jackson at the plate. Reggie at 250 and 68, 29 homers, and 74 RBI. McLean starts the second with strike 3. He got him with a fastball right down the plate. Brings up Dick Green, who looks rather green in that picture. 233, 6 homers, and 18 RBI. McLean winds and delivers into right field. Northrup in the corner, and that is 2 out. It's Joe Keogh, who's somehow went back to Kansas City, I guess. Joe, looking like a September call-up. It's not easy being green. Nope, nor the A's. Joe at 214, 2 homers, and 18 RBI. McLean's pitch, and there's a ground ball to Euler. Over to first, and that will retire the side. A's go in order. We go to the bottom of the second. It is 2-0 Detroit. So here is the light-hitting Ray Euler. Played in 111 games, had 247 plate appearances, and reached all of, do some math here, 49 times. He hit 135, an on-base percentage of 213, a slugging percentage of 186, an OPS plus of 31. Remember, 100 is average. He somehow popped a homer, I wonder who the heck that was off of, and drove in 12. Yep, Charlie O. Finley giving out bonuses for growing out facial hair. Not in 68, though. So a pretty clean-shaven bunch. Pitch to Euler is a ground ball to short to Campaneris, who fires to first, 1 out. Brings up Don Wirt, who wasn't much better of a hitter. Don at 200, 12 homers, and 37 RBI. Dobson's pitch. There's a ground ball to third. Bando across the way. 2 out. Brings up McLean. Those numbers sound like what Seattle did with Dave Valley's numbers for pure prices. True. McLean at 162. Wasn't even hitting his weight. No homers and 4 RBI. And Denny swings right back up the box. Dobson stops it over to first, and that will retire the side. Dobson gets Murderer's Row down in order. After 2, it's 2-0 Detroit. So Dave Duncan, he looks about 12 there. Chuck Dobson and Bert Campaneris here in the third against McLean. Duncan at 191. No homers and 28 RBI. McLean's pitch. Got him. That's 3. He got him on a 1-2 fastball looking. So that brings up Dobson. Chuck at 200. No homers and 3 RBI. Pitch to Chuck. There's a base hit past a diving McAuliffe. Stanley throws it back in, and that's the second hit for Oakland. Brings up Campaneris, who is 0 for 1. McLean is opening 9 on 31 pitches, 2 in the third innings, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. Remember, he wins today. He's a 30-game winner in 68. He started 41 times. And threw 336 innings. Pitch to Campy. He swings a ground ball up the box. Euler, he'll go to Cash for the out. And Dobson goes to second. 2 out for Monday, who's 0 for 1. As she said, Monday was the first player ever drafted. Everybody else was technically signed as a free agent to a minor league deal. Monday was drafted first overall in 1965. And not even the Mets could get that right. They didn't lose enough to get that first pick. He's 0 for 1. Rick swings into right field. Northup going back to the track, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Tigers 2, the A's nothing. So McAuliffe, Stanley, and Northup, the top of the lineup to face Dobson here in the third. Chuck, 39 for his opening 9. 2 innings. The 1 hit, the homer by Stanley. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. One of those walks was McAuliffe, who's 0 for 0. Got him. He looked at strike 3. A 2-2 fastball, and there's 1 out. Brings up Stanley. Mickey with a home run down the line and left. That went halfway into the first deck. 2-0 Tigers. Bottom of the third, 1 out. Pitch to Stanley. That's in the center field. Monday comes in, makes a diving catch against the grass. I thought he had it in sight. Then he realized it was dropping in faster than he thought, and he slid and made a web gem of a catch. So 2 out for Northup, who's 0 for 1. Got him. Dobson got him to swing and miss on the curve. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the fourth. It's the Tigers 2, the A's nothing. So it'll be Cater, Bando, and Jackson to face McLean here in the fourth. Here's the pitch from Denny. There's a chopper down to first. Cash takes it himself, 1 out. Not only did McLean start 41 games, he finished 28. But the fastball didn't even top out at 90. Here's Bando. He struck out his first time up. In the center, Stanley, 2 out. McLean making this look pretty easy in the early going. Here's Reggie. Reggie struck out his first time up. Then Reggie spent 5 minutes in the dugout discussing it with everybody. He swings right back to McLean, over to first, and that will retire the side. Oakland again, 3 up, 3 down, bottom 4, 2-0 Tigers. So Horton, Cash, and Freehand to face Dobson here in the bottom of the 4th. Willie is 0 for 1. He struck out. There's a ground ball to third. Bando, 1 out. Norm Cash walked his first time up. Judging by the amount of people watching this stream, this feels like it's one of those ABC 80 Sunday afternoon specials that went up against the NFL. Oh, there's a baseball game on? Yes. Pitch to Cash is a ground ball to first. Cater, 2 out. For Freehand, Bill is 0 for 1. Dobson throwing a pretty good game. He just made the one bad pitch. Pitch to Freehand. There is a fly ball to the left. Keogh will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th already. My goodness gracious. It's 2-0 Detroit. So Green, Keogh, and Duncan to face McLean here in the 5th. Yes, how MLB is now on Sundays during the National Foosball League. Yes, absolutely. Your Browns are a 12-point favorite, by the way. I saw that at Bovada. But back in the 80s, they did the Sunday afternoon pennant specials against early season NFL, and I was doing the research for the 84 Niner Saint game I did yesterday here on Twitch, and ABC ran against it. The Twins and the Rangers. I certainly hope to goodness the Cowboys were not against that. Green is 0 for 1. Ball 4. So McLean lost him. First walk for Denny. Here's Joe Keogh. Joe is 0 for 1. McLean from the stretch. Keogh drops one. Freehand has it. McAuliffe covers, and the sacrifice works. Goes 2-4 on the card. Green moves to second. 1 out for Dave Duncan, who's 0 for 1. He struck out. There's a chopper to McLean over to first. 2 out. I think we're doing baseball next Wednesday, Tribe fan. What Indian team do you want to see? Here's Dobson. Chuck singled his first time up. One of the 2 hits that Oakland has. Did they really need to see a young Kirby Puckett and Kent Herbeck that bad? Well, it was a 4-team race in the AL West between Kansas City, Minnesota, Texas, and California. I looked, and there were only 3 games apart between first and 4th place. So on the competitive aspect, yes, it probably was the right call for a USA game on a Thursday night. But that's what ABC... I can't imagine that... I'd have to go see who called the game. I can't imagine Keith Jackson was real thrilled going from Stillwater or whatever college football site he was at to go do the Minnesota Twins and Texas Rangers. And, yeah. Pitch to Dobson is a ground ball to third. Wirt slings it across the way, and Chuck is retired. So that will take care of the side halfway home on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the Tigers 2, Oakland nothing. I want to say that game was in Arlington, too. Yeah. Anyway, 2 runs, a hit, and no errors for the Tigers, 2 hits for the A's. If you joined us late or watching on YouTube, Mickey Stanley had a 2-run homer in the first, and that's all the scoring we've had. 2-0 Tigers. Mclean, a 2-hitter through 5. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. A win here makes him a 30-game winner. Chuck Dobson has only allowed 1 hit, but that was a 2-run homer to Mickey Stanley. 2 runs, 2 both earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. So here's the man, the myth, the legend, Ray Euler. Ray is 0 for 1. Pitch from Dobson is a ground ball to third. Bando, 1 out. Midlife crisis, how are you? You're going to take September 8th, 95. The Indians clinch the division title, and Cal Ripken's streak at 21-32. Was that against Cleveland? Don Wirt is 0 for 1. Both the runs coming on a Mickey Stanley homer in the first. To short, Campaneris, 2 out. Brings up Mclean, who's 0 for 1. Denny doesn't look 24 in that picture, does he? This is from the traditional set. Both of these pitchers are 24 years old. Now, 81 degrees, that whatever breeze there is going out to right center. Pitch to Mclean is a ground ball to short. Campaneris, second verse. Now, Mclean can run, and he beat it out. So it's not the same as the first. Denny beat out the bang-banger. And both pitchers have a hit. Brings up McAuliffe, who walked, struck out, and scored. Dobson, 79 pitches for his opening 18, 4 2/3 innings. 2 hits. The 2-run shot to Stanley. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. There's a ground ball to short. Campaneris has to try for first. McAuliffe is out. They got him. So that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and the Tigers leave another runner on. We go to the 6-2 Detroit. Midlife crisis, working and listening. 21-31 was against the Angels on Wednesday and Friday night in Cleveland. So then that's what we'll do. Cleveland beat the Orioles to clinch the the first ever AL Central title. Here's Campaneris. He's 0 for 2. Mclean, 5 innings, 2 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and he's thrown only 51 pitches in the process. Campy, a ground ball to Euler, makes a fantastic diving stop over to first to rob Campaneris of a single. Mclean better thank him. Well, you're welcome, Tribe fan. We'll even call them the Indians and all that. Rick Monday is 0 for 2. 2 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and he's thrown only 51 pitches in the process. Campy, a ground ball to Euler, makes a fantastic diving stop over to first to rob Campaneris of a single. McLean better thank him. Well, you're welcome, Tribe fan. We'll even call him the Indians and all that. McLean's pitch. Rick, there's a base hit in the right center field. That got between everybody as you hear the June bug in my window. Monday actually has speed. Here's Cater. Danny, 1 for 2, a single. Throw to first. Monday, bat. NBC got lucky with this game. I don't think they knew at the time it would be the last 30-game winner. But I don't think... Well, there was only 3 years of the national package. This was the 4th year, actually. The 3rd year that you can actually see them in Major League cities. Where probably the only time a 30-game winner was ever shown. Pitch, Monday goes... Hit and run is on. McAuliffe's throw to first. Cash is there for the out. Monday will go to second. So in that kind of convoluted way, they lucked into it. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 2 out. Here's Bando. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Mayo Smith, by the way, is a manager of the Tigers. Pitch to Bando. Ground ball is short. McLean snares it. Over to first, and that will retire the side. Nope, it was Euler. The chalkboard messed that one up. And that's just a routine 6-3. 5.5 in the books. It's the Tigers 2, the A's nothing. So here's Mickey Stanley. He homered to left and flew out to center. He is 1 for 2. Pitch to Stanley is a ground ball to second. Green deep in the hole. Over to first for the out. Wife and I got married on the second. Started a cross-country drive the very next day. Stopped in Baltimore to see a game which Ripken crushed a bomb. So we're talking 95 here. We were in Atlanta for the record. Watched the record breaker from the hotel because we didn't want to go out and miss it. Friend of mine from college who was an Orioles fan drove up from Connecticut with his wife to watch that game. He was pretty pumped when Ripken hit the homer. That's awesome. Your wife a baseball fan or just tolerant? Here's Northrop. Jim is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a fly ball. It's going to drop in all the way to the wall for extra bases. So Northrop is in with a double. That skip past Monday and Jackson. And that brings up Willie Horton, who's 0 for 2. Tigers would like an insurance run here. Went to several Orioles games those first few years at Camden Yards. Beautiful place. Ripken hit a homer every game we went to. How about that? That's cool. Pitch to Horton is a fly ball. Left center field. Back goes Monday. He had to go really deep to make the catch. And Northrop's going to hold. For Johnny's brother Norm. Norm is 0 for 1 with a walk. Northrop on second. Only the 3rd hit for the Tigers. She is a big baseball fan, not as big as you. She still does understand your infatuation with this hobby. That's okay as long as she appreciates it. Pitch to Cash is ball 4. So that's the 3rd walk from Dobson. Brings up Freehan, who's 0 for 2. Bill in the right center field. That's a base hit at least. Northrop will round 3rd. They're going to run on Reggie's arm. Cash holds at second. The throw is not in time, and it's 3-0 Detroit. So Reggie has a cannon out there with a 9 arm. It was a good throw to Duncan, but by the time that Duncan put on the tag, old Jim had slid past it. So 2 out for Euler, who is 0 for 2. Now if Ray gets a hit here, here's the pitch. Ground ball to 3rd. Bando takes the sure out at second on the fielder's choice. Tigers get another run on 2 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on after 6. It's the Tigers 3, Oakland nothing. And here he is, Reggie. Pre-facial hair, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. McLean has fanned 3. Make it 4 as Reggie swings and misses on the 1-2 curve. Brings up Dick Green. Dick has walked and is 0 for 1. In the center field, Stanley goes back, makes the catch, 2 out. For Joe Keogh, who is 0 for 1. McLean, ground ball, foul, first base side. Souvenir for this standing room only crowd at Tiger Stadium. I want to say the last 30-game winner before McLean was Dizzy Dean. I do think you got to go back to the 30s to get it. It wasn't like it was a common thing. Someone will tell me if I'm wrong. Keogh hits a base hit into right field. Northrop picks it up. And Keogh will hold with a single for Duncan. Dave is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Conversation the other night. I take it that your wife does not watch these streams. Her. Blah, blah, blah. Me? Huh? Her. You're not listening to me. Me. Woodley is directing a potential game-winning drive here. I'm trying to focus. Yeah. Yep. And I'm being told by the goats that the last 30-game winner before McLean was 34 years ago. Before that, Dizzy Dean in 1934. Duncan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And there's a fly ball left field. Horton, heard a who, makes a catch. Stretch time, 3-0 Tigers. Bob Welch, I think, has come the closest to 30. He won 27 in 1990. And I would think a 25-game winner now would be pretty remarkable. You only get 34 starts. Although I would think, as Don Wirt steps in at 0 for 2, if you were coming close to it, you could manage enough to get an extra start or two to give a shot at it. You would think. But I think 300-game winners are now with a dodo bird. The goats are trying to sub, but Schwitz won't take their money. Maybe the goat should have a prime account. Wirtz 0 for 2. Don swings into left field. Back goes Keogh to the track, and that is off the wall. How about that? Don Wirt with a double. And that'll bring up McLean. They play for the bunt. McLean squares. It's down. Dobson will throw to green covering. I think we call that a couch or a lawn. And there's one out. So Wirt on third. 3-0 Tigers. Here's McAuliffe. Dick is 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked, and scored. 6 1/3 innings for Dobson. His first 27. 106 pitches. 5 hits. A home run to Stanley. He walked 3 and struck out 3. For a pitcher to win 30 out of 35 or 6 starts and only go an average of 6 would be very hard. You would need, Tribe Fan says, and I agree, you would need to have a pretty good offense. And some run support. And a pretty solid bullpen, too. But it could be done. But the margin of error would be so slim. You know what? I think Scherzer, if he had pitched earlier with the Nats, with the team that they had when he was in his mid-30s, I think he could have done it. Such a competitor. Pitched to McAuliffe. Struck him out. That's 4. Here's Stanley Mickey with that 2-run homer in the first. But if Bumgarner or Kershaw couldn't do it, you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who could. Maybe Ohtani. Wouldn't that be something? Because Ohtani is something special. Pitch to Stanley. Mickey hits a base hit into left field. Wirt will score. Stanley will hold at first. 6 hits for the Tigers, and Denny's got a 4-0 lead in his back pocket. Here's Northrop. Jim 1 for 3. A double, a run scored, and a strikeout. Duncan and Dobson gather. Chuck gets his sign. Northrop to third. Bando to Green for 1, and that's all they need. But the Tigers get another run on 2 hits in the net, no errors. We go to the 8th. McLean needs 6 more outs. 4-0 Tigers. So I'm assuming here that Oakland will pinch hit for Dobson. Chuck 1 for 2. Alan Lewis, who went 1 for 4 in 68. He must have been a designated pinch runner. I say that because he only had 5 plate appearances. But he scored 9 times and stole 8 bases. In the right center, Stanley makes the catch. So he was Herb Washington before Herb Washington was Herb Washington. So McLean, 27 batters, 81 pitches, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Campy is 0 for 3. Draws a walk. Brings up Monday. Rick 1 for 3. Campy with good speed. He stole 62 bases. He's back. 4-0 Tigers here in the 8th. Pitch out, nothing going. So a 1-ball count to Monday, who's 1 for 3. Walked him. Pitch count wise, McLean is fine. Brings up Danny Cater. Danny 1 for 3. Campaneris on second. Monday on first. McLean's pitch. Here's a ground ball to second. McAuliffe flips to Euler for 1. Over to Cash, and Cater is safe. So 4-6 on the fielder's choice. They could not turn it. 2 out for Bando. Sal is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Got him! A 1-2 outside on the black. And now McLean has 3 outs to get number 30. Ed Sprague coming on the pitch. Ed is just 22 years old. A fastball pitcher at 87. 47 appearances for Oakland with a start. 3-4 with 4 saves and an ERA of 3.28. 68 2/3 innings, 51 hits. 29 runs, 25 earned. Gave up 5 homers and has a case of the 49s. He walked 34 and struck out 34. It'll be Horton, Cash, and Freehand here in the 8th. Willie is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. There's a fly ball to left. Back goes Keogh to the track, and that ball is gone. Off the facing in the second deck, and it's 5-0 Tigers. 371 feet of that one. And all Keogh could do was turn and watch it go. Remember, tomorrow is the halftime show game. And the football game will be Seattle and New England from Schaefer Stadium in Foxborough. Remember, Schaefer is the beer to have when you're having more than one. Norm Cash has walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Sprague's pitch. Got him. A full count. Caught the inside corner. 1 out for Freehand, who's 1 for 3. With an RBI. Mr. Howard, are you excited over the Kraken, or does soccer not fill your fancy? I mean, hockey. I know soccer does. Big old Sounders fan. Pitch to Freehand. Ball 4. So Ray Euler at the plate. Ray is 0 for 3. And who have we got to pinch hit? We could go with Dick Trzeski and his 156 batting average. Who could hit a righty? No, it's certainly not Dick Trzeski. It'll be, how about Al Kaline making an appearance? Kaline, 287, 10 homers and 53 RBI. Freehand on first, 5-0 Tigers, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Walked him. Lost him. On a full count breaking ball way inside. Now bring up Wirt, who doubled. Got him. So Sprague has struck out 2. He got Wirt to chase 1 out of the zone. And that'll bring up McLean. 3 outs away from a win. Denny is 1 for 2. He has singled. And there's a ground ball to third. Little chopper to Bando. Plenty of time, and that will retire the side. The Tigers get a run on a hit and no errors. They've left on 7. Trzeski coming in. Oh! You got the GOAT did sub. Thank you, my friend. Didn't pop up on the screen that you did, but you did. Big Seattle Totems fan back in the 60s and 70s. So McLean will face Jackson, Green, and Keogh. Denny, everybody up here, I've heard the bottom of the 9th, or the top of the 9th inning. It's Ernie Harwell, of course, on, I want to say WJR. Jackson is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. McLean delivers. Struck him out. That's 6. And Jackson has struck out for the 3rd time today. He swung through a 1-2-87 mile-an-hour fastball. 1 out for Dick Green, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. So 34 years between 30-game winners. And unless the creek rises and the sun doesn't shine, McLean is going to win number 30 right here. Pitch to Green is a base hit into right center. Northrup picks it up. Here's Keogh. Let's see what they do with Joe. He's 1 for 2. Green's got speed. Throw to first. Green back. Keogh stays in the game, pops it up right side. Cash by the dugout, and that will hit the top. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So next Wednesday's baseball game will be the Indians clincher in 95 against Cal Ripken and the Baltimore Orioles. That's at noon Eastern. And then I know week 5 we got 3 football games for you. So pitch to Keogh. Gets away from Freehand, and Green will move up 90 on the passed ball. 2-2 the count. My wife leaves for work. Pitch to Keogh is popped up center field. Stanley. He helps you do things right. 2 out. Green will tag and bluff. 2 out for Dave Duncan. McLean has thrown 117 pitches. 5-hitter. 8 2/3 innings. Google Guile Fielder. Is that Cecil's father? The Wayne Gretzky of the minor leagues in the original 6 days. He liked Seattle so much, he wasn't interested in moving east for the NHL. That's cool. So McLean to face Duncan to end the ball game. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Trzaskowski. Snap throw to first, and Denny Mclean's a 30-game winner in 68. The Tigers have shut out the A's 5-0. So 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Ignore the record. I just found the lineup and played that exact game. McLean, the player of the game, still alive, involved with a crack noodle. That's cool. McLean, 9 innings, 5 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 6 in 122 pitches. 88 strikes, 34 balls. Chuck Dobson, 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned. Mickey Stanley with the 2-run shot and drove in a third. He walked 3 and struck out 4, and Ed Sprague gave up the mammoth shot to Willie Horton. But Denny Mclean, your Digital Dice MVP, a 5-hitter to win his 30th of 1968. 53 years ago yesterday. So there you have it. That was fun. And so thank you, Mr. Waterfield, for the suggestion. The Tigers win this one 5-0. Football tomorrow, Seattle and New England. And our baseball tour goes to Jacobs Field next week in the beautiful city of Cleveland, Ohio, for the Orioles and the Indians, the pennant clincher from 1995. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for football.